You didn't ask for this pain. You didn't choose the weight on your chest, the silence in your nights, the cracks in your voice when no one's listening. But here you are, still breathing. So don't tell me you're broken. Tell me you're becoming. Because sometimes healing doesn't look like light. Sometimes it looks like fire. The kind that burns everything you thought you were. The kind that scorches the lies you wrapped around your skin just to feel safe. The kind that doesn't whisper, but roars. And maybe you've been told to stay calm, to stay small, to stay grateful, to swallow your story and smile for the camera. But you're not here to be palatable. You're not here to be polite. You're here to rise from the ashes of everything that tried to bury you alive. Don't let them tell you to wait it out. Don't let them sell you softness when your soul is screaming for a revolution. You don't need permission to bleed. You don't need validation to scream. You don't need a finish line to start moving. This, right now, is the battlefield. And your healing? It's not a pretty little poem tied up in ribbons. It's a war, a holy war. And your body is the altar. Your rage is the offering. Your tears are the truth. You were never meant to heal quietly. You were meant to erupt. So stop apologizing for the mess. The mess is sacred. The mess is human. The mess is yours. And maybe the world won't clap for your survival. But survival is not a performance. It's a declaration. You lived. You're still living. And that's enough to scare the hell out of everything that tried to end you. The pain didn't win. Not if you're still standing. Not if your hands still shake with purpose. Not if your voice still quivers with something worth saying. Don't numb it. Don't run from it. Stand in it. Stand in the fire. Let it melt what doesn't serve you. Let it torch the roles you were forced to play. Let it remind you who the hell you are when there's nothing left to pretend. You are not fragile. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are becoming. So when they ask where you went, tell them you burned. Tell them you bled. Tell them you walked through hell with your own name in your mouth and you came out clean. Because healing is not a whisper. Healing is a scream. A shout, a storm, and you are the thunder. You feel broken? Good. That means the lie has finally shattered. The mask is cracked. The image you tried to protect? Gone. Now we get to the truth. This is not your ending. This is your excavation. And beneath all the rubble, there's still you, the real you. The one who's been screaming to breathe again. Every piece that crumbled wasn't a failure. It was a foundation being cleared. Cleared so you can build something that actually lasts. No more pretending. No more forcing. No more trying to glue together something that was never meant to stand. Let it fall. Let it collapse. Let it burn if it has to. Because now you finally have a clean slate. Don't run from the ruins. Run into them. Stand in the dust and scream if you have to. This is where your real power begins, not in the illusion of strength, but in the decision to rebuild from nothing. People will look at you like you lost. Let them. They don't know what you're made of. They don't know what it cost you just to survive. And maybe you're still bleeding. Maybe the wounds are still fresh. But if you're still here, then you're not done yet. You were not built to quit. You were not built to disappear. You were built to rise again, stronger, sharper, louder. This time, no more fragile dreams. This time, no more borrowed beliefs. This time, no more building for them. This time, you build for you, with scars in your skin, with pain in your bones, with truth in your chest. You build something so real, so unshakable, that not even hell could knock it down again. You know why the old version of you had to die. Because that version was built on survival, built on silence, built on shrinking yourself just to fit into rooms too small for your spirit. But you were made to stretch, to expand, to break open and rebuild in your own image. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You don't even need a plan. All you need is one decision. I will not stay buried. This is not about being okay. This is about becoming untouchable. This is about building a life that's yours, a life you don't have to escape from. So let them talk, let them watch, let them doubt, while you rebuild your kingdom brick by brick, while you turn your scars into armor, while you rise, not for revenge, but for redemption. Because rising from nothing, that's power, that's real, that's unbreakable. And when the world sees what you built from the wreckage, they'll know you were never destroyed. You were being rebuilt. You forgot who you are. That's why it hurts. That's why you feel empty. Because you handed your fire to a world that didn't know what to do with it. You let people dim you. You let fear quiet you. You let life exhaust you. And now you're wondering where your power went. It didn't leave you. You gave it away. But here's the truth. You can take it back. Right now. Right here. This is your turning point. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Now. Because your fire is not gone. It's buried. And it's time to dig. You were born with something no one else has. A voice. A vision. A storm inside your bones. But somewhere along the way, you stopped trusting it. You started listening to doubt. You started chasing comfort. And comfort is a killer. It numbs you. It tricks you into thinking you're safe when really you're shrinking. You're settling. You're dying slowly in silence. Wake up. Your fire was not made to entertain people. It was made to build empires. It was made to shake foundations. It was made to remind the world that you exist and you matter. And you're done apologizing for it. You don't need to be liked. You need to be lit. Lit with purpose. Lit with hunger. Lit with the kind of energy that turns pain into power and fear into fuel. This world will try to convince you to cool down, to be softer, quieter, easier to digest. But your fire wasn't meant to be palatable. It was meant to be unstoppable. So reclaim it. Reclaim every part of you they told you was too much, too intense, too emotional, too ambitious. They were wrong. You weren't too much. You were just too real for people still hiding from themselves. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them talk. Let them walk away. But you walk back into the fire. You let it burn everything that's not you. You let it purify your soul. Because you are not here to blend in. You are here to burn so bright that even the shadows remember your name. Reclaim your fight. Reclaim your edge. Reclaim the version of you that didn't ask for permission to be powerful. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Stop giving your power to things that drain you. Your fire comes back the moment you say, enough. Enough to playing small. Enough to chasing approval. Enough to being who they expect instead of who you are. This life is yours. And you don't get a second shot at this moment. Not this version of you. Not this chapter. So live it lit. Let the fire crack in your chest again. Let the heat rise in your words again. Let your movement match your mission. Because when you reclaim your fire, you don't just survive. You lead. You inspire. You ignite. And nothing can put it out. Everyone wants freedom, but nobody wants to do what it takes to earn it. They think freedom is found in comfort, in rest, in doing what you want, when you want. But that's not freedom. That's a trap. Real freedom is built, earned, forged through fire. And the name of that fire is discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is power. Discipline is choosing your future over your feelings, over and over and over again. Freedom is waking up and knowing exactly who you are. Freedom is looking at your life and knowing, I built this with consistency, with sweat, with sacrifice, not luck, not magic, just relentless discipline. The life you want, it's not waiting for you. It's waiting on you. To stop negotiating with excuses, to stop letting your emotions run the show, to stop abandoning yourself every time it gets hard, because it will get hard. That's not a threat. That's a guarantee. But discipline? Discipline keeps you standing when everything else tries to knock you down. You don't rise by being in the mood. You rise by being in control. In control of your time. In control of your focus. In control of your standards. Discipline is doing it when it's boring, when it's lonely, when no one's clapping, when the results aren't instant. Discipline is doing it anyway. Because the version of you you're chasing, they don't cut corners. They don't wait for motivation. They move. They build. They show up. And they do it daily. Your goals don't care how you feel. Your potential doesn't care that you're tired. Your future is waiting for proof, not promises. Proof. So prove it. Not to them. To you. Prove you can lock in. Prove you can keep going. Prove that your word means something, especially when nobody else is holding you accountable. Because that's discipline. It's what separates winners from wishers. It's what turns dreams into blueprints and blueprints into real life. The grind is not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's not posted. But it's where freedom lives. You want to feel proud? Keep your word to yourself. You want to feel powerful? Outwork your weakness. Outlast your excuses. Outgrow your old patterns. That's the trade. Discipline now. Freedom later. Not just freedom in your schedule. Freedom in your soul. Freedom in your mind. Freedom in your body. Freedom in knowing no one can take this from you. You built this with every choice, every boundary, every representative, every hour when no one else showed up but you. So don't get it twisted. Discipline isn't the enemy. It's the key, the door, the bridge. You say you want more, then move like it, live like it, commit like it. Because if you don't control yourself, something else will. And if you want to be free, truly free, you better learn to love the process that creates it. Discipline is not a prison. It's the price. And the ones who pay it, they own their life. Your mind is not weak. It's just crowded. Crowded with opinions that don't belong to you. Crowded with expectations that suffocate you. Crowded with noise. Constant, loud, useless noise. Everybody has something to say. Everybody thinks they know who you should be. But not everybody matters, and not everybody gets access. You want peace? Then protect your mind like it's your last sanctuary. Because it is. Your focus is under attack. Every scroll, every comment, every distraction dressed up like importance. It's stealing your life. Not all at once, but inch by inch, click by click, doubt by doubt. You don't need more information. You need clarity. You need silence. You need to shut the world out so you can finally hear yourself again. Cut the noise. Cut it now. Turn off what drains you. Mute the voices that don't build you. Walk away from the chaos you keep calling normal. It's not normal. It's toxic, and it's killing your potential. Every time you choose distraction over discipline, you lose a piece of yourself. Your vision blurs, your fire dims, and you start living by default instead of by design. But not anymore. Not now. Because now you remember your mind is a weapon. And a weapon is only powerful when it's clean, when it's sharp, when it's aimed. Aim your mind. Claim your mind. Take it back from the algorithms, the critics, the past, the fear, the noise. You don't need to know everything. You need to know you. Who are you when the world shuts up? Who are you when it's quiet? That's the voice you need to follow, not the loudest, the truest. This world will sell you confusion. It will sell you speed. It will sell you 100 versions of success that aren't even yours. But peace? Peace isn't for sale. It's something you fight for, something you choose every single day. Choose it. Shut the door. Pull the plug. Let go of what's not yours. You don't owe the world your attention. You owe yourself your future. So block the noise, starve the doubt, cut the chaos, and focus your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. This is how you reclaim your power, not by shouting, by silencing, by filtering, by owning your inner space like it's sacred ground, because it is. Your mind is your kingdom, and today you take the throne. Can't move forward if you're chained to the past. You can't fly while dragging dead weight, and some of what you're holding on to is holding you under. Pain, guilt, shame, regret. The stories you tell yourself at 2 a.m., the people who left, the moments that broke you, they're still here. Not in your life, but in your grip. And if you don't let go, they'll keep bleeding you slow. You think holding on is strength, but sometimes holding on is just fear in disguise. Fear of what happens if you stop hurting. Fear of who you'll be without the struggle. Fear of silence. Fear of peace. Because pain became your identity. It became the only thing that felt real. But it's not. It's not real anymore. It's just a memory you keep feeding, a ghost you keep kissing, a wound you won't stop touching. And that wound, it won't heal if you won't let it. Let go. Not for them. For you. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve freedom. You keep looking back like the past will give you something new. It won't. It's empty. It's done. You've already bled for it, already cried for it, already lost enough to it. So why are you still carrying it? You say you want peace, then stop clinging to chaos. You say you want clarity, then stop living in the fog of what if. You say you want to be free, then let go of the chains you wrapped around yourself. This is not weakness. This is power. To say, I'm done bleeding for things I can't change. I'm done punishing myself for the past. I'm done giving pain a permanent seat at my table. And yeah, letting go is scary. Because it means stepping into the unknown. But the unknown is where your new life is. The unknown is where your power lives. You're not what happened to you. You're what you choose to become after it. And right now, you have a choice. Let go or be dragged. Dragged by bitterness, dragged by memories, dragged by lies that tell you you're not enough, dragged by ghosts that don't pay rent in your mind but still own every room. Cut the rope. Walk away. Close the chapter with shaking hands if you have to. But close it. You don't owe your suffering a lifetime. You don't have to bleed to prove you survived. Your freedom doesn't come from fixing the past. It comes from releasing it. So let go. Even if your hands tremble, even if your voice breaks, even if the pain screams as it leaves, let go. Not to forget, but to remember who you are without the weight, to make room for something new, to give your future a chance to breathe. Let go or be dragged. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are not your trauma, your fears, your failures. You are who you decide to become. Identity is not a birthright. It's a decision. And if you don't choose who you are, the world will choose for you. They'll name you based on your wounds. They'll label you by your lowest moments. They'll trap you in stories you didn't write. And if you're not careful, you'll start living those stories like they're truth. But hear me. You are not locked in. You are not stuck. You are not cement. You are clay. And clay can be shaped every single day. You get to rewrite the narrative. You get to rewire your name. You get to say, this is who I am now, and mean it. But it takes work. It takes fire. It takes walking away from every version of you that was built on survival instead of choice. The version that people expected. The version that stayed quiet. The version that kept playing small. Let it go. Let it burn. That was the shell. This is the truth. You get to decide. Are you the victim or the warrior? Are you the one who gave up or the one who rose anyway? Are you your scars or your comeback? What you answer, that's your identity. Not the pain, not the noise, not the pressure, the choice. People will try to define you, shrink you, box you. That's their fear talking. That's their own unfinished business bleeding onto you. You don't have to wear it. You don't have to be who they remember. You don't have to be who you were yesterday. You don't even have to be who you were 5 minutes ago. You get to evolve. You get to expand. You get to walk in like thunder and say, I'm not who I was. I never will be again. The strongest version of you won't arrive by accident. It's not hiding somewhere, waiting to be found. It's built deliberately, painfully, honestly, brick by brick, decision by decision. So, decide right here, right now. Who are you, not who were you? Who are you choosing to be? Today, say it, own it, move like it. Because when you shift your identity, everything follows. Your habits, your thoughts, your power, your peace. And the moment you stop being loyal to who you were, you give yourself permission to become who you were meant to be. No more playing roles you've outgrown. No more dimming yourself to fit the frame. No more shrinking for people too afraid to grow. You don't owe the past anything, but you owe your future everything. So choose. Choose to rise. Choose to fight. Choose to evolve. Choose to rewrite the story and become the author, not the echo. Your identity is not your history. It's your mission. And today, you start living it. They tried to break you. Life tried to bury you. But you're still here. Still breathing. Still standing. And that's not weakness. That's your superpower. Resilience. The thing nobody claps for. The thing nobody sees. The thing you earn in silence, in pain, in darkness. You didn't fold. You didn't quit. You didn't let the storm become your grave. You walked through it, alone, afraid, but forward. That's what makes you dangerous, because the world can't control someone who refuses to stay down. They can laugh. They can leave. They can doubt. But they can't kill your rise. Not when you've learned to bleed without breaking. Not when you've trained your heart to beat louder than your fear. Pain didn't make you weak. It made you sharper. It made you real. It made you immune to the lies they sell about comfort and ease. You've seen too much, felt too much, to settle for surface-level strength. You don't need a perfect life to show up. You just need guts. You just need to feel everything and still keep going. That's resilience. Crying and still choosing to stand. Failing and still choosing to try. Shattered, but still choosing to rebuild. That's a kind of power no title can give you. No money can buy. No enemy can take. You don't rise because you're fearless. You rise because you're faithful. Faithful to the vision. Faithful to the fight. Faithful to the version of you that refuses to stay small. You've been through things most people wouldn't survive. And yet you're still here. Still becoming. still burning with something they can't name. Don't hide it. Don't water it down. Don't apologize for it. Your emotional resilience is not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to hide behind. It's the proof that you are built different, that no matter what breaks around you, you don't break inside. Yes, you get tired. Yes, you get knocked down. Yes, there are days you want to disappear, but you don't. You stay. You fight. You rise again, and again, and again. Because quitting is loud, but resilience is louder. And one day, they'll look at you and think you had it easy. They'll think you were lucky. But you'll know. You'll know the nights you almost gave up, the battles you fought in silence, the strength it took to keep your soul intact. And you'll smile. Because you'll know they never broke you. Not really, not where it counts. So hold your head high. Let your scars speak. Let your fire talk. Because the world needs more than surface strength. The world needs warriors like you. The world needs the ones who bend but never break. You've already made it through what should have destroyed you. What's ahead doesn't scare you. Because what's inside you is louder. You're still here. You're still rising. And that means your superpower, it's already active. Everybody wants the crown. Nobody wants the crawl. Everybody wants to win. But not enough people are willing to show up when it's boring, when it's silent, when it's slow. Consistency isn't sexy. It's not loud. It's not impressive on the outside. But it's everything. It's the quiet grind that builds unshakable power. It's waking up tired and still choosing to move. It's not missing. It's not quitting. It's showing up whether or not you feel like it. This is what separates the ones who almost make it from the ones who own it. It's not about one big moment. It's about 1,000 small ones stacked day after day after day. You want discipline? Be consistent. You want confidence? Be consistent. You want to stop breaking every time life shakes you? Be consistent. Your future is watching your habits, not your hopes, your habits. And if your habits are weak, your future will be too. You don't rise from emotion. You rise from structure. You rise from the quiet commitment to keep going when no one's watching, when no one's clapping, when no one even knows what you're doing. Because it's not about them. It's about you. It's about becoming the kind of person who can be trusted with success, who can be trusted with pressure, with pain, with greatness. You think greatness is a feeling. It's not. It's a routine. It's a rhythm. It's a pattern burned into your bones because you refuse to skip the work. It's eating right when you want trash. It's working out when your body says, quit. It's reading when your mind wants noise. It's building when everyone else is sleeping. You either run your life or your life runs you. And the tool that makes the difference is consistency. Not once a week. Not when it's easy. Every single day. The ones who win don't get lucky. They get locked in. They stop negotiating with their goals. They stop asking for motivation. They decide, and then they prove it. Again and again and again. You want the crown? Then rule yourself first. Rule your patterns. Rule your choices. Rule your damn day. Because consistency builds the kingdom. Not talk. Not hype. Not short bursts of inspiration. Representatives. Rhythm. Relentlessness. That's how you win. So ask yourself, are you building or just hoping? Are you showing up or just planning to? Are you all in or just playing around? Your future self is counting on your current consistency. Not someday, not next week. Now stack the days, stack the habits, stack the wins. Because if you can stay consistent, even when it's hard, even when it's quiet, even when no one's cheering. You will build a kingdom no storm can shake. They counted you out. You did too. You thought it was over. You thought you were done. But guess what? You're not done. You're just getting started. This is your comeback. And comebacks, they don't start with applause. They start in the dark. They start when nobody believes, when nobody claps, when nobody's watching, except you. Comebacks are dirty, messy, painful. They look like failure until they don't. They feel like hell until you rise. You forgot who you are, but the fire didn't forget. The storm inside you didn't die. It waited for the moment you'd remember what you're made of. And that moment is now. This is not about revenge. It's about resurrection. It's about standing up when everything said you should stay down. It's about building something real on the ruins they left you with. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them roll their eyes when you say, "I'm back," because they don't know what it cost you to survive. They don't know what it took just to stand again. They don't know the battles you fought behind closed doors. But you do. And that's enough. You've been through the fire. You've buried versions of yourself. You've bled for a future that hasn't even arrived yet. And now you rise. Not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. No more playing small. No more waiting for signs. No more asking for permission to be powerful. This is your moment. This is your chapter. This is your comeback. It starts with one decision. I refuse to stay down. I refuse to let the past own me. I refuse to let fear dictate the rest of my life. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You are becoming. And this version, the one rising now, they are built from truth, built from pain, built from grit, built from every breakdown that didn't end you. So walk like you're chosen, move like you're called, speak like your voice matters, because it does. It always did. This is your comeback, not the pretty version, the real one, the raw one, the blood and bones one. So get up, shake the dust off, and walk. Don't run. Walk, step by step, breath by breath, day by day, until your life feels like yours again, until your soul catches up with your skin, until the mirror reflects the fire that's always lived inside you. You don't owe the past anything. You don't owe your doubters anything. You owe yourself one thing, everything. This is not the end. This